lot of times will say, well, you know, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't even be able to come into this bar anymore. I mean, now the drag queens walk down the street, which you know very well.
Right. Yeah. I know a couple of them.
Dressed in drag, and in those days you couldn't.
Right.
Yeah, that's the first stop on the way of many stops for an evening. 1, 2.
Right.
Where the nail salon is, that used to be where the bar was. So you'd walk in and you go over to the bar, and that's where people, in that section, that's where people would dance. If I remember correctly, that's where they would dance. Yeah, and drink. But they would come in all the time. They would just, boom, there they were. Everybody would stop what they were doing, sit down, and just talk and have drinks. When it first happened, yeah, because you're nervous and you're afraid. And then after it's happened a few times, realizing that they weren't really going to do anything to you, they were just stopping you doing what they thought, you know, was illegal.
And people were fighting and people were arguing, and we had to get out of the bar. I think they told us to get out of the bar, and everyone ran out of the bar because people started to fight. And I went across the street over there on one of the steps, that white building over there.
And that's when everyone started to protest and fight and you know, do whatever they did to start the whole thing. I sat here for a while. I sat here for a long time, watching and seeing what was going on. I saw the fights and I saw the cars. Yeah, I don't have any friends left out during that time. None of them are around. Not one of them are around. And I remember distinctly in my mind. I can remember when each one got sick, how they first felt. I remember it all. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, that's hard to talk about when you.
It's not hard to remember a lot of it. I mean, it's so long ago, and you just never thought that gay pride would get bigger and bigger. When gay pride started, it was just a little tiny parade somewhere, I think, in the West Village.
Did you attend the first parade? It was the next year.
It was the next year, and then it kept getting bigger, and then finally it got to the point where they had to move it to Fifth Avenue, and then it still wasn't big. It was just, I mean, there were hardly any spectators. There was just a bunch of people protesting and walking, but it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and now it's like a major event.
Yeah,
it was an uprising. It wasn't really a riot. It was an uprising. It was an uprising. We were demonstrating for our rights.
I maybe had 30 trucks.
Like these kind of trucks?
The opening would be facing the water. So they would back in, and they would be left open.
Somehow.
Well, they used to, the cops would come down there also, and there would be people inside the truck, and when they heard the police were coming, they would actually, if they came then, they would pull you in and they would take you to the police station, which wasn't too far from there. And they would leave, and you would see all these people running out of the truck, and you'd look in the water, and you'd see a lot of people in the water. Wow. Yeah, because they would miss it or something, and they'd fall in the water. Nobody drowned, as far as I remember, but it was wild.